This is our exercise medicine clinic here at the Cancer Care Centre. As far as I know, this is a world first to have that close to the actual chemotherapy, radiation therapy suites.
The man behind this audacious new program, which includes a gym built inside the Cancer Treatment Centre, is Professor Robert Newton.
Why are we actually waiting until these patients are so deconditioned and they're feeling so unwell, and then we try and rehabilitate them? Wouldn't it be a way better, much more effective approach if we actually intervene with the exercise at the same time that they commence their therapy? The muscles are producing chemicals and they're actually destroying tumour cells.
The trial is still ongoing, but the early results are so impressive.
The doctors think it will be a game changer.
I didn't think I should do it. They were a bit scared because I looked so frail and I looked so bald and I looked different, and I was getting my gym gear on and dropping them off to school and off I'd go. And then, "You're going to gym again, Mum?" After chemo, yeah. But when they'd see me come home still going and not laying on the couch and not having some of those symptoms that typical patients get, I think they could see the benefit.
That's it. Good. Natalie often dragged herself in, but by the end of the session, she'd be feeling so much better than when she came in. And that's a huge change in an hour, let alone over 6 months.
Whether or not it did, it made me feel better. I felt better at the end of each session. I walked out with that extra bit of energy, a little bit less fatigue. The nausea was curbed or kept at the same level.
I'm probably surprised by how good people's blood counts are. I'm surprised by their well-being, by how well they feel on chemo.
Anecdotally, all the patients on the exercise program seem to be getting less of the expected side effects of chemo, particularly less nausea and fatigue.
So how much decline do you typically see in muscle mass when people go on chemo?
Somewhere between 10 and 15%, depending on the length of duration that they're actually undergoing chemotherapy. That's the normal, that's expected.
Yet in the 38 patients who've gone through the exercise program, that muscle wastage was almost completely blocked. Some even gained.
If we take Natalie, for example, she's actually, which is quite astounding, increasing her muscle mass over the course of her chemotherapy. And that's just a really fantastic outcome because it not only improves their health and function, but it likely improves their capability to complete the full course of chemotherapy. That means they're much more likely to survive. The benefit in terms of muscle mass is absolutely extraordinary because we know that there's no pharmaceutical intervention that can actually stop that decline in muscle mass. The only thing which will do that is highly targeted, prescribed, tailored exercise.
I decided that I'd go ahead and try it. It was the best thing I ever did.
How was that?
It was hard.
To everyone's surprise, for the men who were doing aerobic and resistance, it didn't help the osteoporosis at all. They still lost 3% of their bone mineral density in 6 months. But in the jumping group, the bone loss was prevented.
This is actually Lee, so this is his data. And what we see here, his bone density is actually improved to 1.170.
Legs, then arms. Legs.
It gave me a new lease of life. I met a whole bunch of fantastic people. I got healthy, I got fit. Probably the best thing that ever happened to me, getting cancer, as strange as that may sound.
It was only the combination of resistance exercise and the impact loading that totally obliterated the bone loss. So that was a world first and an outstanding outcome. The evidence is so strong now that the cancer patients deserve this medicine. It's a very powerful medicine. It actually increases their survival and it has no side effects. So what we need now is for actually the medical and health professions to embrace it and actually make it a integral component of the overall management of the cancer patient.
Everyone's cancer experience is different, but appropriate exercise before, during or after treatment seems to substantially improve our odds.